this.
As of 1 p.m. today, the Kingdom
We
of
got our
Erusia
controls
has
fixed.
declared war on the Osean Federation. As soon as the news broke out, enemy aircraft began bombing Osean territory, causing widespread destruction. The Air Defense Force has released a statement saying this violent attack was carried out by drones. They speculate the drones were secretly transported to Osea in shipping containers and launched remotely. The Secretary of the Navy has stated that the enemy was targeting naval ports across the country. According to the Secretary, all of the nation's aircraft carriers, including one still under construction, sustained severe damage in the attacks. We have yet to hear back from the department as to the fate of Osean carriers currently at sea. Hold on, I've just received breaking news. The International Space Elevator, which is being built in southern Usia, has been seized by the Erusian army. Reports say former President Harling was touring the site at the time, but his current whereabouts are unknown. Our sources in government tell us it was Harling's policies regarding the space elevator that caused economic frictions in the area, and which ultimately led to this war. Located near Erusia, on the continent of Usia, the space elevator has been under construction for some time now. The Executive Office of the Osean Federation has declared a national state of emergency. They have ordered all its armed forces, including Usian peacekeepers, to mobilize and make the necessary preparations to launch an immediate counterattack.
War, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, our country is officially at war. Stay tuned for further updates.
Yeah, we are.
Breaking news from ENN. Osea launched an attack on the capital today, striking Farbanti from their aircraft carrier, the Kestrel II. After a brutal battle, the Erusian Air Force successfully repelled them. During the air raid, the Osean Air Force fired missiles at the city and managed to shoot down a number of Erusian fighters. Some of the disabled planes then crashed into residential areas.
Got my key bindings set now, guys. We're gonna be good.
The world was screwed. 20 years ago, the Earth got slammed by an asteroid. Usia was on the wrong side of the planet and got hit. Hard. Refugees swarmed the Erusian Republic, the biggest country on the continent, plunging it into chaos. They were desperate and started a war, one they had no hope of winning. That's the war my dad fought and died in. The biggest nations from 2 continents went head-to-head, and the so-called righteous Oseans struck the deal that ended it. They fancied themselves the only nation that could bring peace and stability to the world. They even tried saving the Usians, still suffering from the disaster. That's how a space elevator, stretching way up into the sky, ended up being built in Usia, paid for by the Oseans. President Harling said he did it out of compassion for his fellow humans. But to the folks in Erusia, it looked like Osea was moving in to take over.
I also up the graphics.
Erusia went from being a
Make sure it
republic
doesn't lag.
back to being a kingdom. When they started this new war, they managed to get the drop on everyone. The second the declaration hit the news, Erusian forces took control of the space elevator without spilling a single drop of blood. President Harling was touring the elevator when it happened and disappeared. Then, while that was going on, the Erusian ships that were docked all around Osea released a swarm of drone fighters they had hidden on board in containers. No one thought they were capable of doing what they did that day. With pinpoint accuracy, they managed to take out everything that was military, and not a single civilian was hurt in the process. Osea pissed lots of people off with their huge military presence around the world. Erusia didn't have the same reach, but they could hit their targets faster and cleaner. And when all this was going down,
Looks
I
like
just
they
so
have a
happened to
tower.
be in my flying drag racer.
Get shot at.
In case you were wondering, yeah, I survived. I crashed in a bombed-out Osean Air Force base, then got arrested for breaking wartime aviation laws or some crap. The world went from being at peace to being at war, all in the blink of an eye.
I am Princess Rosa Cassette-Delise of the Kingdom of Erusia. Today, Osean airstrikes have shattered the lives of countless Erusians. Their attacks practically leveled the school I went to. It is heartbreaking. Tragic.
Hope y'all can hear that. That's why I got subtitles on.
I was tried, found guilty, and stuffed into a cargo ship. For company, I had some court-martialed soldiers. And remember those mothballed planes I told you about before? They were loaded on the ship, too. We headed off down south for several days, and then swung east. That's how I got here. I was thousands of kilometers from Erusia, on the opposite side of the Yuzian continent. For a port, it was dull as hell. It had 3 rusty patrol boats, and the base? The fences were topped with razor wire, the tower had a searchlight and machine guns, and a truck with a gun turret was parked in front of the gate.
Or someone drew those. Either
Its
way, it
gun
looked
was
really
aimed
good.
at the yard. This was a prison. This place looked like a full-on base, but half the tanker trucks were just big balloons, and the runways weren't even paved, just painted on the dirt. The whole place was just one big fat lie. The only reason I was here is because they knew I'd restored a supersonic plane. They wanted me to make something out of the mothballed planes they brought, that they could park on the fake runway. Can you believe that shit? So, I tried to escape. They found out, and set the dogs on me.
Who's the good guys and who's the bad guys? That's what I want to know.
Erusia has made a declaration to the Ocean Federation and all countries on the Yuzian continent stationing.
Honestly, don't remember who you played at in the old ones.
that we are now
I guess you're
at war.
Erusia in this one.
Right after the declaration was made, surprise attacks began around the
OC,
continent
I
that have
think.
inflicted major damage to our armed forces. Forces aligned with Erusia are currently appearing throughout Yusia. The combination of these forces has overwhelmed the majority of the continent, and they are now encroaching on us in the east. Additionally, the multinational space elevator has been seized by the Erusian military. After the previous war, the space elevator became both a symbol of peace and a valuable asset in the fight against growing energy concerns. Whoever has control of it will have enormous influence over the entire continent. We cannot turn a blind eye to this critical situation. The Fort Gray's Air Base Squadron has been entered into the order of battle to reclaim the elevator as an advance element. First, you will attack all hostiles coming in the east of Schofield Plateau to stop any interference with the Allied ground troops.
Okay.
The enemy has deployed several vehicles equipped with anti-air radar along the roads. You are to destroy them. They should not pose much of a threat.
Got you, boss.
However, there is a high likelihood that the attack will draw more enemy air support. If that happens, fight them off swiftly and establish air superiority.
Alright, so we're doing a little ground attack here. This is how I usually die, because I get too close to the ground. Okay. Aircraft tree. Points awarded depending on performance and mission. Change for new aircraft, special weaponry, and upgraded parts. You can receive them in campaign mode for each mission complete, and multiplayer mode for each match you play. The better your performance, more points you obtain. Alright. Okay, not worried about that now. So using the F-16, I've unlocked a few things here. Alright. So I have 53,000 merps. Light Blisk level 1. Enhances aircraft acceleration. Oh, that's cool. You couldn't put on new parts before. So that's already on there? Or like I gotta buy it? I can't afford that thing. Air-to-air burst missiles. If they are about to be evaded, they'll explode even if it's not direct hits. They're useful against agile aircraft. Bombs, the element on a locked target, designed to explode once they have penetrated the target's armor. They're potentially devastating. So these are ground, right? I'm gonna buy those. What's this? That's my other aircraft. Oh, that's hers, right? Free flight mode, huh? All right. Can't use that. Gotta use that. Makes sense. Why is there an exclamation point? Because it's new. It's not gonna like deplete or anything, is it? Hope not.
Mage Squadron, sortie, ASAP.
Hopefully I can move good with my new key bindings that I was able to figure out here.
Current target is on rails, but there's still military vehicles and anti-air weaponry. Destroy the target. But HQ has made it clear that no harm should come to civilians and no damage is to be done to public facilities.
But, any aircraft shot down could land in civilian territory.
No point arguing. That's how war is these days.
Do you have visual on the anti-air radar vehicles? They should be close.
Yep.
Locked. Mage 2, vehicle destroyed.
Intercept! Fire the AA! Get the radar vehicle out of there! The radar vehicle... It's popping off now, Trigger. The war has officially begun.
Mage 2, missile launch. Mage 2, target destroyed.
Radar vehicle's been destroyed! We're going for the radar car!
Target destroyed. 5 to go.
Get the fighters out there! Protect the radar vehicle! They've got their anti-air guns aimed right at us. It's an air raid. We're being attacked by enemy aircraft. Position, move the vehicle. We can't wait any longer. We need interceptors now. We're using the containers now. Those weapons are meant for tactical flexibility.
Target destroyed. 3 to go. Continue to engage at your discretion.
Missile.
Enemy interceptors inbound.
Missile.
Prepare to engage in 30 seconds.
Welcome. Here they come. Take them down. Okay, recruits. Pay attention to who's on what side. The newest IFF is connected to our entire force via satellites. It's reliable, so trust your radars. Good work, Trigger. The enemy's a lovely pile of scrap.
That was the last radar vehicle. Great work. Radar vehicle's destroyed, but the interceptor shows no sign of retreating. Take it out. Continue with the mission. crush as many as you can.
Enemy transports are taxiing.
Page 2, walking.
We're 6 enemies. Some are really good. Everybody's been shut down. Keep your mind focused. No, they're not linked to the radar vehicle. Launch manually. Redo the setup.
Alright.
Write your manuals in a
I'm gonna do it
language
this
we can
time.
understand. Heads up! Bandit behind you! The enemy has a mark on me.
Page 2.
The clouds don't just affect your field of vision. They also mess with your HUD and radar. The Seekers can sometimes lose their lock-on to their targets, too. Regain over clear ground. Call 3, get the field up now.
Golem 1, enemy will crash in a residential area.
Just worry about staying alive for now. All transports have been destroyed. Look, what were they carrying? Enemies travel a long way, so they're trendy.
All right. This base is worth destroying.
You're targeted.
3 targets remaining.
Come on.
On his tail.
Good.
Launch preparations complete. Three. Whenever you're ready. Stand clear 15 meters. UAV is ready to launch. Away.
Oh, what's happening? What's happening? Cutscenes. They're launching some drones. Are they gonna shoot back or what?
What happened? Status report.
Multiple bogeys on radar. They're close.
Wait, they're being launched.
You're clear to engage. They're probably hostile.
Judging by
Yeah,
the way they
probably.
look, they gotta be drones. Well spotted, clown. No doubt about it. We're dealing with UAVs. But that doesn't change a thing. Just think of them as somewhat clever decoys. Take them all down. These drones have great agility. All aircraft. You know what high G turns are, right? Use them.
What?
HQ, this is
I don't know
Golem
what
1.
you said, Homer.
Bandits confirmed as UAVs.
Special weaponry.
Repeat, bandits are drones.
Page 2, walking.
Golem 1, that doesn't matter. Destroy all enemy fighters and get out. It doesn't matter? He's saying the war can change in an instant. Get out. Yeah, I just wish they'd give us a bit more warning. Enemy UAV confirmed destroyed. Hell
Yo, this guy's fast.
Golem Squadron, you're not gonna let Mage get all the glory, are ya?
3 enemies to go.
Bandits are in the clouds.
Box 2.
Bandit evaded the attack.
Yeah, he did. Come on then.
I maneuver behind the enemy. I'm buying dinner for anyone who takes down an enemy.
There's a bar I want to try.
You're doing good. Just 2 more. The enemy down a few moves, but that's about it. Just chase him down and pull the trigger.
Traffic flares deployed.
Caution, missile!
Show up on the radar.
1 to go.
Did I hit
Let's
him?
get through this without any casualties.
This homie's tough, man. You don't want him back.
Crap. The aircraft is icing up. I'm getting a warning.
Get out of the clouds. The ice will melt.
What now? Spinning too long in the clouds and...
Fox 2, Fox 2.
Okay. That's good to know.
Clouds are screwing up the accuracy.
I got it.
Nice kill, Trigger. Enemy aircraft confirmed down.
Is that it?
The skies are clear. Nice work, everyone. Mission complete. RTB.
No casualties. We couldn't have done any better. Returning to base.
I don't know. Maybe the bandits we took down caused civilian casualties.
See, this is nice because it gives you
No point arguing. That's
the
how war
HUD
is these
of
days.
which way's up and
You
which way's
shoot, someone
down,
gets killed.
and directional.
The guys in charge take care of the rest.
I think I'm going to use this view from now on, if y'all don't mind. Alright. I will
Current target is on.
see any videos here at the end, and we will be done. Hopefully the audio levels are good. If something needs to be changed, I should be able to change it after this.
You've given us air superiority by destroying their radar. The first barrier keeping us from retaking the space elevator is gone. Now is the time to group up and begin the counteroffensive. Let us reclaim what is ours.
Alright, let's go do it.